Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. So, let's take a look at how things have been shaking out. So, fourth, third, second, fourth, second. So, in terms of the tournament, everything's been going like, I have zero complaints whatsoever. Obviously, we're queued up. You can see right from this, we have probably 4 people to be competing with here. That's going to be trouble. Probably not trouble. Okay, maybe not trouble. And yeah, it's Yusaku's bracket, probably. Wait a second. Is this? No. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if anybody else is going to show up here. I don't think I recognize anybody. And of course, we'll just see what happens here. And then there's the event. So, I still haven't finished this. I'm actually surprised at this. We're gonna have to get on this. I don't know why this is not completing, so that's a thing. And then, of course, we purchased the stuff in here. We can grab one more. So there we go. Ampy is getting closer and closer to being amped out. I think there's 2 more levels of this. I really wish it would say. It doesn't say. It just keeps going up. And that brings us here. So I will say I went to the store and I just bought this because I wanted to own Rolo because he's coin bonus. So we just have this guy over here left to get, and then we'll finally be out of the coin bonus, but there's actually nothing... Well, wait. Okay, we have to get the attack speed, too. Okay, once we get this guy, we get the attack speed guy, then there's nothing else for us to buy, and we'll be buying stuff up here. In terms of our Guardian, we're going to do this, and then we're just going to slot in Steel, and that's going to be that. I don't know what we're doing with Steel. So, Steel is interesting. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to steal. We're going to steal. I don't even have a build for Steel. I just know get the cooldown down to 100 seconds. And then Steel mostly syncs up with your stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I heard the issue with Steel is that Steel does not do anything because it doesn't scale with Golden Tower Plus, so Steel is effectively irrelevant. Time will tell. So you can see everything's going great here. We completed the event here. Thank you to everybody who has contributed. Failed name is behind. That's okay. All right, so that covers that. That's all those things. Let's look at the vault. I have 19 keys. I didn't realize I only had 19. I think I bought something. Did I buy something before? Oh. I feel like I should have more. Oh, well, you know what? We're just going to grab this. Oh, no, because I got 15 keys. So we had 4 keys, 15 keys. We can grab this ultimate boost. Then next up is more bot range, which will be nice. And then I believe in this case, we're going to go to the left because of the Death Defy, Shockwave frequency, the extra orb, and then come back here, and then we will finally have climbed the power tree. Where we go from here is, well, anyone's guess at this point. So that covers the vault. And I do believe we did buy some stuff in the vault, but I don't remember what it was. It might have been this, the super critical boost, which would make sense. So, all right, that covers that. We did get an email. Yeah, about the website, which, yeah, okay, we have the new story. You got to talk about the store, right? By the way, have you heard the news that there's a new store? And since we're just doing stuff now, I can show you my stats. So I'm at 5 Qs and 75, 435. So just slowly, and I have 700 saved up, and that is just being saved up for the next update. We're going to see what happens. Now, we had a spirited discussion. I know a lot of people thought people were criticizing me, but no, look, it was a spirited discussion. That's all it was. Nothing wrong with having a spirited discussion. Nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion. And about what do I do with my, should I put more stones into my ultimate weapons? Hold on, let me switch back. And so the answer I said was, For right now, we're just saving for V27. I don't see anything advantageous that's going to come and help me out right now. What I would like to do is get the chrono speed reduction, get the extra mines that people have asked me out so many times about why I don't have the extra mines. Probably get some cooldown, get the speed reduction in chrono loop, and then probably work on chain lightning. Now, I might get CF plus first, but I think I want to get the quantity and the chance up for chain lightning. This is all the theory of stuff I want to do right now. And you know the funny thing about theory, right? Theory sometimes doesn't work out in practice. So this is what I'm thinking about right now, and it might be wrong, you know. That's the whole problem. It could be wrong. It could be a lot of things. And I don't know if it's what I'm really going to do, which is the real long and the short of it is, which again is very non-committal of me, I understand. And you can criticize me for being very non-committal. That is absolutely 100% fair game. But yeah, I don't know why it's so hard for me to commit, but it is. Mostly because like there's no simulator, right? Like that was what I was trying to say, is that there effectively is no simulator that I know of that would tell me what choice to make. And so that's the whole problem that I struggle with. And to me, I'm an economy person. That's the whole thing. That's what I want to do. Now, honestly, I really do want to grab the chain lightning, the extra chain lightning, because I feel like going from 4 to 5, 25% increase, I feel like that's pretty good. I'm actually sitting here trying to find the tables right now while I'm talking about this. But, you know, it's... Mostly I found out that I have so many tabs open that it's unreal, kind of. All right, so we're looking at the stone calculator. And I never do any of the other calculators or anything. I only look at the cost tables, which probably is... But for at least for inner landmines, I know is pretty easy, because that's the one I'm curious about. Because I know I looked at it before. All right, here it is. Yeah, to get it to 100... Oh, it's 800 stones. We probably don't need to take it to 100 seconds then. 130 seconds is 400 stones. See, one of the things was I forgot is that I was using Gcomp. Maybe I'll take it to like 150 seconds because that's only 200 stones. Because that seems like a big redux. But remember, I was running Gcomp before. So with Gcomp, it was very easy for me to get this recharged. But I don't know if you're getting a boss every 10 waves. I don't know how long it takes. Like, do I even need to worry about the cooldown for inner landmines? I don't know. I do know it's 425 stones to get the other 3. And I do know it's going to be 2,000 stones for me to get the slow maxed out in Chrono Field. Those are 2 things I want to do. Those are for sure 2 things I want to do. And then there's the whole issue with the Chrono Field duration, but we're not going to worry about that right now. I actually have it on my tournament module where we add the 10 seconds for now, so I don't have to worry about that, and I can just go Project Fund from here on out. And then, of course, there's Chrono Loop. So Chrono Loop is another thing, kink thrown into here. But again, I don't want to make any moves before V27, with the issue primarily being, unless I get like a lot of stones. If I have a ton of stones, I probably should just save them. Because like, my plan-ish is... My plan-ish is, again, get the mines here. I don't know if I need cooldown or not. We have to figure that out. Get the speed reduction here. And that is like 2,500 stones, and then just smite. Just send it on smite and just see what happens. And see where this gets me. right? Not Smite, Chain Lightning. And Chain Lightning, oh, that was the other cost table I wanted to look at. Because I really only want to do is max out the quantity and chance. And maybe throw a little bit on damage. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of damage, which you're probably like, oh, why would you get a lot of mileage out of damage, Zaerdin? Because I'm not going to. Because the stone cost for the multiplier just goes up so much. That's really what I'm trying to say. So it goes up to, is that right? The next one is 188. Yes. All right, so I don't have anything that adds chance or quantity. So I need 400 to max out the quantity. I need, so it's about 2,000 stones. No, it's 1,500 stones. So for 1,500 stones, I can actually max out my quantity and chance with Chain Lightning, which really not that much. So I'd be looking at 1,500. You know, maybe I'll do it. No, I should save. I'm tempted to just do it, right? Like, just get the landmines. Start on the speed reduction. I just wish I knew what was in V27. Oh. Actually, you know what? Here's a reality. And almost, like, I was really keeping track of this very, very diligently for a while. And the reality was, we're going to switch back to something else. Everything I saw was there was no, like, I think outside of like I had about a 33% chance of getting in a tournament where I could actually increase, you know, maybe with somebody who's in 200 waves, right? I had about a 33% chance of that happening. When I looked at that mathematically, that would be an extra 25 stones and more keys. Like, more keys is good too. But mathematically, that was an extra 25%. Or 25 stones. So you multiply that out, it was over about 12 weeks. That's about 100 stones, right? And that's why I'm like, oh, well, it probably doesn't matter for 100 stones. Like, it's, and again, there's no guarantee that what I would do would get me an extra 100 waves. So I kind of was like, it probably isn't going to matter because, you know, beyond that, it was people who beat me by 600, 800 waves. Like, if I was doing those kind of waves, I would be farming tier 16 now, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to talk about that. So it made me very reluctant to go ahead and, like, pump a bunch of stuff up if I wasn't going to get a big return on it. So that's kind of how I've felt about that. Okay, so this. See, I am starting to wonder with this, right? Like, these are so expensive. This is actually pretty expensive. This isn't even, why is this so inexpensive? Because I'm, you know, I don't use this anymore. Somebody asked me about landmine damage. I just don't feel like landmines do enough damage for this to matter with all the multipliers, which is why I haven't pumped this up. And there's this. So I was sort of looking at all this and I was wondering, like, maybe I should get some more damage. So we'll try just getting some more damage. We haven't done that in a while. I think that's what I was wondering. Oh, whoops, hold on. We need to go over here first. Yep. This is gonna wipe me out, I bet. Okay, you're good. You're good. There we go. Alright, it didn't wipe me out. But I always forget that I have to do modules first. And I already dismantled all the modules and stuff like that. Mostly because, like, I don't know, there was that weird bug. I don't know if the bug's still there. We're going to see if this helps. Just getting some more multipliers. Like I said, I haven't really spec'd into this in a while. And there we go. We got everything up to 2.26. So we'll try that. I'm not expecting too much. And we'll probably come back here and grab, like, the coin bonus and the free upgrades. Get those both up one more next time. At some point, I want to get some extra cells. I just like having cells, but I don't, this is not like mandatory. I just like to get it at 1.6 at some point. And I might need to get some more skips too, because this is actually only at 100 quadrillion. I could easily grab a rank, maybe 2 ranks of this. But I don't know how this all pays out in regards to each other. And cash bonus is like, I don't need it. I mean, eh. And then there is orb size too, which I probably would get it to 155 just because I like round numbers. But that's what we're going to try this for now. Because this, I don't remember what we were at before. Oh well, you can rewind the video because I forgot. But we're going to see if this helps. I have heard that my modules are probably a big help, which is good because they are so expensive. Like, look at this. Look at this, 88. What are you doing? 115. Oh, because you're higher. This one I can't complain about because this also gets me more coins. So this is like, it's like the cost of doing business. But, and then we have research. And so, as you know, we're working on tank health, boss health. And I'm sort of surprised that we've made this much progress with tank health and boss health. Because I thought these were really long labs, and now I'm wondering, like, did I just mess it up? Where do these start? Boss. Did I mess up my calculation? No, they just get really long towards the end. Alright, that's fine. Basically, when do they start getting long? They get long. Okay, so like, I should get it to rank 16 pretty easily. And then every level above 16 starts to slow down. I guess really rank 20 is pretty easy. Because it's going to take 2 days with a 5x to get to level 20. And really, over 20 is when it really starts to slow down. It is a 302-day total research lab. It costs 21 trillion, which is nothing. And if you're going to gem it, it's 37,000 gems, which, you know, I do have the gems. Probably not what I would spend it on, though. And let's look at Swamp. And then, of course, I think all the healths are the same, so. Swamp. Oh, because these are in order. Swamp, Rend, basic enemies. Okay. So Swamp Rend is up to level 19 now. So this is where it gets long, because 20 is, as you can see, 17 days. 21 is, so this is like 4 days, 4 days, 5 days, 5 days. So this is going to be quite a while to chew through this one. Not too big a deal. We're fine with that. I don't have too much else to work on anyways, so I'm totally fine with just grinding out Swamp Rend. And then if we, I think we would complete Swamp Rend first. And if we do, then we would just grab another health lab and start working on that. Chewing that down. Maybe I'll grab Double Death Wave. Let's see, how long does Double Death, because that's a good one. Because that would be nice, Double Death Ray. Okay, that is 128 days to actually finish. That one gets slow around, starts taking 2 days around 22, so, okay. Would be nice to slot in. Maybe we'll slot that one in when we finish Swamp Rend or something. And the workshop, I don't even know how long these are. We're at 71. I really dislike the way it works right now. I hate it so much. Oh, okay, well, we can plug this in. 19 to 30. And then it is just, to me, so confusing how to enter the data into the new one. Well, because they want you to upload your save. So I totally get that. I get them wanting me to upload the save, but I don't want to do that right now. I just miss the old way. I mean, don't get me wrong. The save thing is amazing. I just want it to work the old way. Okay, so now I can go to cost tables and look at, yep. So that's 245 days. So this is pretty much the equivalent. These will be finishing with the 2 boss healths. And I think the swamp was... I hold on. Ah. And the swamp rent... Oh, the swamp rent is still 300. Okay. So the swamp rent is going to be probably the longest one left out of these. This is 363 days. These two are like 250 days, and I think, I don't remember what I didn't even look at these. Whatever. Everything, all these labs are going to take forever, which is fine. We just need to get them done, and then we'll move on to something else. So we're not looking at new labs anytime soon. At some point, I do need to do the range lab and get that out of the way. I'd also like to finish up the lightning amplifier for scatter. That's one I'd like to do. Man. So I'm not gonna lie. I am tempted to stop doing the discounts right now. Let me think about it. Mostly because, let me see. I want to look at the range lab. How long is the range lab? No, not range master. General. The other range. Yeah, this is why I don't like the drop down. Alright, range is 171. So that's a long one too. Eh. Let's just leave things alone for now. We will get to things when we get to them. It's going to be fine. Because the next labs I want to do, I probably will knock out the range lab. I'll knock out the lightning amplifier lab. Those will both be gone. And then we'll see what's next. We'll see what's next. At some point, I'll probably do the core ban. I mean, obviously, that's going to be a big investment. That's probably 12 days. And I think my cores are actually, both of them are actually in good shape for right now. But it is on my radar to do. Just like this lab. Like the wall invincibility lab. I really would like to finish this. Oh, it's going to cost me absolutely nothing to finish that. Ugh. It actually, to finish that, it's a 3-day and a 4-day lab. Let's see. We'll go back to tank health in a minute. I just want to get this one done because apparently it's a lot shorter than I thought. And I do feel like this still has value. I don't know if the extra 2 seconds are going to come in clutch at any time, but I'll take 2 extra seconds. We'll see what happens. Okay. So that just does cover about everything. And of course, I'll cycle back in the tank lab after this. And this was longer than I wanted it to be, but you know, it is what it is. But I cover, and the offer wall's happening in case you want to offer to the wall. Outside of that, we're just farming. You know the drill. Farm, farm, farm. We can take a look at this, see how this is shaking out. Ooh, ooh. We had 4 people I thought were going hard, and it looks like it's only 2 now. Maybe I just clicked it at a weird time. Because, so the way I look at who's tough is who has a wave that ends in 10. That's below 1800. Because if you have a wave that ends in 10 that's below 1800, I assume you have the Intro Sprint Mastery card, which means you're probably competitive with me. If not better than me. So, we'll see how this tournament turns out. And I'm probably safe to not spend anything. I imagine a lot of people are starting to save up for V27. I had a thing about what is your prediction of when V27 is going to happen. And my prediction is now in August, and it's probably going to be the second week of August if I had to guess. Reason being is we had our real update, which was V26.5, where we got the new store and the 5 extra stone packs. That to me was the real update. And I understand how cynical that sounds, but at the same time, I know that that was what the developer was placing so much importance on, because they basically wanted to move away from Xala, because basically Xala charges, so the Apple and Google stores charge 30%, so you can take 70%. Xala was, okay, we're going to take 5% plus fees, which is around 10%, so that saves 20%. And now the Tech Tree store is going to be just transaction fees. It's going to be the best they could do. And that's going to be probably a 5-ish%. I believe credit card fees can be between 3 and 5%. So that was the real update, which was getting rid of the Xwala fees, because that was probably costing them, I think I would say, probably $100,000 a month, which was probably more expensive than the employees. That's a little rich for me to say that maybe, but it feels like that sometimes. So that's just how, I know that's kind of a cynical take to say that the store took priority over content, but I feel like that's how it went. Not that I'm complaining, because now you can gift event passes, you can gift all those things, which I think is great. But we'll see. But anyways, once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your question. And as always, thank you again. And I do hope you have a great day. Goodbye.